This is the story of Brer Fox catches Old Man Terrapin, read to you by softsoundwhispers. Well now, Brer Rabbit had made friends with Old Man Terrapin, a big turtle that lived in the pond near his house. Brer Rabbit and Old Man Terrapin liked to pull tricks on Brer Fox, and that rascally fellow got pretty mad about it. Since he couldn't catch Brer Rabbit nohow, Brer Fox decided he'd get even with Old Man Terrapin instead. He started walking beside the pond every day, hoping to find the turtle out of the water. One morning, as he was taking his daily stroll, Brer Fox saw Old Man Terrapin sitting right in the corner of the road. The old turtle looked hot and bothered about something. He kept shaking his head back and forth, and he was panting like he was out of breath. "Howdy, Brer Terrapin," said Brer Fox, stopping beside the old turtle. "What's the matter with you?" "I was strolling in the field beside my pond when the farmer came along and set it on fire," Old Man Terrapin gasped. "I had to run and run, but that old fire was faster than me. So I curled up in my shell while it passed right over me. The shell is hotter than the noonday sun, and I think I'd done singing my tale." "Let me have a look," said Brer Fox. So Old Man Terrapin uncurled his tail and poked it out of his shell. Immediately, Brer Fox grabbed him by the tail and swung him right off the ground. "I've got you now, Brer Terrapin," cried Brer Fox. "You ain't gonna bother me no more." Well, Old Man Terrapin begged and begged Brer Fox not to drown him. He'd rather go back into the fire in the field on account of he'd gotten so used to being burnt. Brer Fox swung the poor old turtle back and forth by its tail, trying to decide what to do. Putting Old Man Terrapin into the fire was a tempting idea, but then he remembered how the old turtle had curled up into his shell so that the fire couldn't touch him. Brer Fox frowned. Fire was no good then. Brer Fox decided to drown Old Man Terrapin instead. He tucked the little turtle under his arm and carried him down the spring house by the pond. "Please, oh please don't drown me," Old Man Terrapin begged. "I ain't making no promises," Brer Fox retorted. "You've played too many tricks on me, Brer Terrapin." Brer Fox thrust him into the water and began bouncing him up and down. "Oh, I is drowning!" shouted Old Man Terrapin when his head bounced out of the water. "Don't let go of my tail, Brer Fox, or I'll be drowned for sure." "That's the idea, Brer Terrapin," Brer Fox yelled back and let go of his tail. Immediately, Old Man Terrapin splashed down and down into the water and thumped onto the mud on the bottom. Kerplickety-splat! That's when Brer Fox remembered that Old Man Terrapin lived in the pond, and there was never any fear of him drowning. He could hear him laughing from the bottom of the pond. "I dare you to come down here." Brer Fox jumped up and down in fury. Old Man Terrapin had escaped him. From the other side of the pond, Brer Bullfrog called out, "Knee dip, knee dip." Brer Fox glared at the pond, and then looked back at Brer Bullfrog. "It's only knee deep," he asked suspiciously. "Knee deep," Brer Bullfrog said again. All the little frogs joined in the chorus. "Better believe it, better believe it." Well, thought Brer Fox, if it was only knee deep, then he'd have no trouble catching Old Man Terrapin. Wade in, croaked Brer Bullfrog. Knee deep, agreed all the little frogs. Brer Fox didn't much like water, but he really wanted to catch Old Man Terrapin. He approached the edge of the pond cautiously. From underneath the water, Old Man Terrapin laughed at him, and his words bubbled up to Brer Fox. I dare you to come down here. I dare you to come down here. Well, that did it. Brer Fox ran right up to the edge of the pond. Leaning over, he looked into the water and saw another fox staring at him. That's your brother, Brer Bullfrog told Brer Fox. Brer Fox was thrilled. He didn't know how he had a brother. Now that there were two foxes, catching Old Man Terrapin would be a cinch. Brer Fox leaned down to shake hands with his newfound brother and toppled right down into the deep water of the pond. All the frogs laughed and laughed, and the trick that they had played on Brer Fox and Old Man Terrapin started swimming up from the bottom of the pond, his red eyes fixed on Brer Fox's tail. Brer Fox knew that the old turtle wanted to pull him down under the water and drown him, so he learned to swim mighty quick. With such a splashing and squirming and kicking, Brer Fox made it to the edge of the pond, where he jumped out and ran away as fast as he could, while Brer Bullfrog laughed and the little frog shouted in glee. The last thing he heard as he rounded the corner was the voice of Old Man Terrapin calling, I dare you to come down here. Brer Fox never messed with Old Man Terrapin again. The end. This is the tale of Brer Rabbit earns $1 a minute. One fine morning, Brer Fox decided to plant him a patch of goober peas. He set to with a will, and before you know it, he had raked and hoed out a beautiful patch of ground, and he put a fine planting of peas. It didn't take too long before those goober vines grew tall and long, and the peas ripened up good and smart. Now Brer Rabbit. He'd watched Brer Fox planting the goober, and he told his children and Miss Rabbit where they could find the patch. As soon as those peas were ripe, the little rabbits and Brer Rabbit would sneak on in and grab them up goobers by handfuls and handfuls. It got so bad that when Brer Fox came to the goober patch, he could hardly find a pea to call his own. Well, Brer Fox, he was plenty mad that he'd worked so hard on all those peas, only to have them eaten by someone else. He suspected that Brer Rabbit was to blame for this, but the rascally rabbit had covered his tracks so well that Brer Fox couldn't catch him. So Brer Fox came up with a plan. He found a smooth spot in his fence where the cunning rabbit could sneak in, and he set up a trap for Brer Rabbit at that spot. He tied a rope to a nearby hickory sapling and bent it nearly double. Then he took the other end of the rope and made a loop knot that he fastened with a trigger right around the hole in the fence. If anybody came through the crack to steal his peas, the knot would tighten around their body, the sapling would spring upright, and they would be left hanging from the tree for everyone to see. The next morning, Brer Rabbit came slipping through the hole in the fence. At once the trigger sprung, the knot tightened on his forelegs, and the hickory tree snapped upright quick as you could please. Brer Rabbit found himself swung aloft betwixt the heaven and the earth, swinging from the hickory sapling. He couldn't go up and he couldn't go down, he just went back and forth. Brer Rabbit was in a fix, no mistake. He was trying to come up with some glib explanation for Brer Fox when he heard someone a-rumbling and a-bumbling down the road. It was Brer Bear, looking for bee trees so that he could get him some honey. As soon as Brer Rabbit saw Brer Bear, he came up with a plan to free himself. "Howdy, Brer Bear," he called cheerfully. Brer Bear squinted around here and there, wondering where the voice had come from. Then he looked up and saw Brer Rabbit swinging from the sapling. "Howdy, Brer Rabbit," he rumbled. "How are you this morning?" "Middling, Brer Bear," replied Rabbit, "just middling." Brer Bear was wondering why Brer Rabbit was up in the tree, so he asked him about it. Brer Rabbit grinned and said that he was earning $1 a minute from Brer Fox. $1 a minute?" Brer Bear exclaimed. "Whatever for?" "I'm keeping the crows away from his goober patch," Brer Rabbit explained, and went on to say that Brer Fox was paying $1 a minute to whomever would act as a scarecrow for him. Well, Brer Bear liked the sound of that. He had a big family to feed, and he could use the money. When Brer Rabbit asked him if he would like to have the job, Brer Bear agreed. Brer Rabbit showed him how to bend the sapling down and remove the knot from his forepaws. When Brer Rabbit was free, Brer Bear climbed into the knot, and as soon as he was hanging aloft betwixt heaven and earth, swinging to and from the sapling and growling at birds to keep them away from the goober patch. Brer Rabbit laughed and laughed at the sight of Brer Bear up in the sapling. He scampered down the road to Brer Fox's place and told him that his trap was sprung and the goober thief was hanging from the hickory tree. Brer Fox grabbed his walking stick and ran down the road after Brer Rabbit. When he saw Brer Bear hanging there, Brer Fox called him a goober thief. Brer Fox ranted and raved and threatened to hit Brer Bear with his walking stick. He yelled so loud that Brer Bear didn't have time to explain nothing. Brer Rabbit knew that Brer Bear would be plenty mad at him when he found out that he'd been tricked, so he ran down the road and hid in the mud beside the pond, so that only his eyeballs stuck out, making him look like a big old bullfrog. By and by, a very grumpy Brer Bear came lumbering down the road. "Howdy, Brer Bullfrog," Brer Bear said when he saw Brer Rabbit's eyes sticking out the mud. "You seen Brer Rabbit anywhere?" "Brer Rabbit just ran down the road," he told grumpy Brer Bear in a deep croaking voice that sounded just like the voice of a frog. Brer Bear thanked him and trotted off down the road, growling fiercely. When Brer Bear was out of sight, Brer Rabbit jumped out of the mud. He washed himself off in the pond and then scampered home, chuckling to himself about how he'd escaped from Brer Fox and Brer Bear, and already thinking up a new way to get those goober patch, to get him some of those peas to eat. The end.